Hello everyone and welcome back to the life of Logan and Dragona. My name is Logan and today's topic is going to be the cash flow quadrants. Now the cash flow quadrants displays all the ways to legally, morally, and ethically make money in this world. In Robert Kiyosaki's book, Business of the 21st Century, he does a great job of getting this information out to the masses. And this is all the ways to make money in this world. So let's just go ahead and hop right into the first quadrant. This is the employee quadrant. This is where you are trading your time for your money. So for example, at the end of your paycheck, every 2 weeks, you get an amount back for the amount that you agreed to your boss that you're worth for every hour. The thing about the employee quadrant is that it's unfortunately where about 95% of the population lives. However, you're always going to be building somebody else's dream when you're in this quadrant. All right, let's transition down into the small business quadrant. This is going to be what we like to call the golden handcuffs. So you're kind of buying yourself a better paying job. You might make more money, however, you're still trading your hours for that, right? So think of a small business, for example. No matter how much revenue you're able to run through one specific location or one industry, the business is still dependent on the amount of time and effort that you as the owner or the boss puts into the business. So you could be working 40, 50, 60 hours a week and you might be making some really good money down here. However, you have not yet bought back your time. Self-employed quadrant, let's go ahead and hop over to the other side here. This is going to be the big business side of things. This is where, on this general side, this is where about 5% of the population lives. Now, in the big business side of things, this is going to be things like network marketing, big corporations, franchises, any type of systemized business that has allowed the person who has created it to physically step away and it would continually run without them ever coming back. So, right, if you're running a huge corporation and you got systems in place that continually bring in revenue whether you show up that day or not, that would be considered a big business, right? So the difference between a self-employed or small business owner and a big business is that they've implemented a system that allows them to buy back their time while they're still earning revenue. Next, let's hop on over to the investor quadrant. This is going to be where money is really working for you. Some of the most common ways to make money in the investor quadrant, of course, is stocks, bonds, mutual funds, cryptocurrencies, real estate, precious metals, golds, commodities, things of that nature. It may seem a little bit farther out there for somebody who's just stuck in the E quadrant. However, you're never going to escape this E quadrant if you don't jump over this chasm here from the employee and self-employed to the big business and investor in order to buy back your time and actually live your life how you want to live. So again, let's go over this. 95% of the people live on this side of the quadrant. 5% of people live on this side of the quadrant here, the big business, the investor, right, the entrepreneur sort. Now, the funny thing is, 95% of the money is on this side of the quadrant, and only about 5% of the money is on this side of the quadrant. So we got 95% of people, and I'm speaking worldly and United States mainly, 95% of the people are going off 5% of the money. What I hope that you're able to get out of this video is that you understand where you're at. Be completely honest with yourself. If you're up in this employee quadrant, that's okay. A lot of people start there, but you gotta learn how to jump this chasm here. Start to get some systems implemented into your life that allows you to buy back your own life. Be the main character in your own life. So step 1 is figuring out where you're at. Step number 2 is figuring out where you want to go. So if you're looking to make the jump from the 95% to the 5%, what your next step would be is finding an expert in one of these fields, whether it's a big business or whether it's an investor. Just find somebody who is very well evolved inside of these industries and start to live your life just as they do. Stand on the shoulder of that giant and start to increase your daily habits that are very similar to that person. Hopefully you were able to pull some nuggets out of all my scribbles today. If you enjoyed this content and you'd like to see more things of this nature, please hit that like button, feel free to subscribe, drop a comment down below of anything that we could do in the future to better help you. Until next time, ciao.